And welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Super Metroid. In the last episode, we answered a distress signal to the Zebes space station and found out that Ridley has kidnapped the last baby Metroid in captivity. And, well, Zebes station went kaplooey, and we landed here on Zebes, and we finally figured out why, why Metroid can't crawl. Yes, I'm going to be using memes, Super Metroid memes throughout this Let's Play. Namely, bad Miiverse posts. Because this game had a lot of bad Miiverse posts back in the day when Miiverse was around. But yeah, we found out why Metroid can't crawl, and that's because, well, Metroid becomes Ball. No, it's because Samus got the Morph Ball. We got the Morph Ball last episode. And now we're going to be going deeper into Criteria to kind of see if we can find where the Metroid's at. So there was a couple places now that we couldn't access before with the Morph Ball. There was namely a room that we saw earlier that I couldn't even access it because, well, I didn't have Morph Ball. But there's also something else that we need in that room that we're gonna go get. So that's not the correct way to go. The correct way to go right now is through here. Come down here. You'll notice there's a lot of new enemies like Zoomers and Shriek Bats and Gliders. These enemies, these guys are impervious to all your weapons. You cannot kill them. Their only purpose is to be platforms later with another weapon. So don't even try attacking them. They're not even worth it. Shriek Bats are those enemies that flew down on the ground and exploded into pieces when I shot them. These are just flat out bugs. I don't know what these are called. I never quite looked up, but I knew some of them because, well, they're recurring enemies in Metroid series, so they're kind of famous. But we're gonna keep going through this room here, and you'll notice that we're blocked with a red door. So we're gonna go ahead and select our missiles and open it up, and waste majority of them because I can't count 5. I swear. But there's another Chozo statue. There we go. Let's go ahead and see what the power-up is. Bomb. This is the Morph Ball bomb. While you're in the Morph Ball and you push the X button, Samus will turn in, you drop a bomb down, and that'll help clear out some debris. But the Chozo statue isn't. It's alive. Yes, this is called a Chorizo statue, and this is actually kind of a really hard boss the first time you fight it. This guy will come around here and do like a sweeping attack like this, and he'll do a lot of damage. You kind of want to go ahead and start using your missiles against this thing, and once you do enough damage, he will shoot out projectiles you can shoot to regain some of your health. But he's kind of hard to dodge, so I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot a bunch of this stuff and get some of my health back. And he keeps shooting him until his head explodes, and if you keep shooting him afterwards, he'll eventually die. Yeah, Chorizo statues are evil Chozo statues. Never thought the day I'd see an evil Chozo statue, but here we are. But yeah, he drops a bunch of stuff once you defeat him. I think there's a couple Chorizo statues in the game, so just keep that in mind when which one was the bad one, which one wasn't. That was our first mini boss of the game. It really isn't that hard, but I'm gonna be honest with you. My first playthrough, I died to him a couple times because you don't have much health at the beginning of the game. So just keep that in mind. Don't waste missiles like I did when open that door. Missiles are your best friend for bosses because a lot of enemies in Super Metroid are nothing but bullet sponges. So you kind of want to use your missiles and everything. Bombs are used to clear out debris like this. If you're near a tight corridor and there's, blocks blocking your path, you can use bombs to clear them out. And pretty much that in a nutshell. We're going to actually head back down. Here's the Shriek Bats, by the way. These are called Shriek Bats. Be careful when you shoot them. They drop debris everywhere. I don't know why that Zoomer didn't die when I should clearly shot him. That was weird. But we're going to come down here again, and we're going to pick up a couple things here. We're going to go pick up this thing over here. This room right here we couldn't access before because we didn't have Morph Ball. But I saved it till later after we got Morph Ball because it was blocked with rocks. But now that we have bombs, well, that's not a problem no more. And now you can come in here. And inside is yet another Chozo statue that has a missile expansion. We got our third missile expansion. You get used to that jingle every time. Every time you pick up an upgrade, it plays that jingle, and it waits like 5 seconds. So whenever you're trying to speedrun this game, it's kind of like, hurry up animation. I already know, but that's okay. I like the classic item get jingle. But yeah, this game has infamous amount of Miiverse post memes, namely from a user who was playing through this game a long time ago when this game went on sale on the Wii U Virtual Console for like 30 cents because I think they were celebrating something. I can't remember what it was, but there was a day that this game went on sale for the Virtual Console for 30 cents, and you could get this game came out. And there was one user on Miiverse that was playing through this game, and he had such really legendary posts that became memes in Super Metroid. So, if you ever hear the meme, "Why can't Metroid crawl?" that came from a Miiverse post. It's like, oh, well, I can't go through here. Why can't Metroid crawl? Because most people kind of like have this Zelda syndrome, where, you know, they think the main character's named Zelda when his name's actually Link. People do the same thing with Samus. Don't realize that Samus's name isn't Metroid. It's Samus. Anyways, we're going to come up through here in this area. This is kind of a slanted area. Careful, there's enemies flying around on the floor. I'm not heeding my own advice. And we got new enemy types over here, just flying around. They take multiple hits. Ow. Go away, go away, go away. But this pickup right here, this is a very important pickup. This is an energy tank. Energy tanks increase your health by 100 points. And you get an added little square to the top of your screen right there. So now we have 199 health instead of just 99 health. So it's very important to get these. Upon entering this room, we'll be seeing, oh no, more space pirates. But these space pirates block your shots. So you're going to have to switch over to missile and take them out with a missile. So let's go ahead and take them out with missiles. Just to keep the missile thing on the screen for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and open up this door and switch back to normal beam. And in this room, we're gonna be learning something important. As soon as you walk in here, you'll be greeted with this statue. This statue tells us our goal. This is the way to the last level of the game, Turian. But we cannot access this area until we have defeated the 4 monsters represented on this statue: Kraid, Ridley, Dragon, and Phantoon. So as soon as we defeat all 4 of these bosses, we can come back here and access the last level of the game. So just keep that in mind. So we're gonna go ahead and keep going on, moseying our way and try to find where the first boss is. So now we now have our goal. We know what we need to do. We need to defeat 4 bosses of the game. These enemies, these zoomers, are impervious. I don't know why they got metal skin. And you got a little nest here that you can kind of just keep shooting with your beam until it eventually just dissipates, and it's got little hoppers coming out of it. This is a good way to get some ammunition and stuff like that if you're low on health or something like that. So just keep that in mind whenever you're shooting those things. Those things are annoying. But we have another elevator. Now that we've gone through all that, let's go ahead and go down this elevator. Now we're probably my favorite area of the game. Welcome to Brinstar, or this area, this part of Brinstar, I call Green Brinstar, as the game entitles with the music. It has my favorite track on this game. This right here, this remix of the Green Brinstar theme, is my favorite theme in Metroid. I didn't mean to push that, sorry. In the Super Metroid game. I love Green Brinstar so much. It is really calm and relaxing. And we got another really powerful zoomer right here we can't attack. So we got greeted with 2 red doors. Let's go ahead and see which one each one does. And we got hoppers. Hoppers are over here that just hop around and be all happy and everything. And we got little squid guys over here. I don't know what these guys are named. We're gonna go here and blast this with bombs. Go through this room. Inside this room is a map station. So now I'll go ahead and get our map of Brinstar. So we got the whole area of Brinstar. It's kind of a big map, really. And it leads to other areas of the game too, like Norfair, Criteria, Meridia. It's just kind of like the central area of Zebes. So we're going to be coming back to Brinstar quite often. But yeah, I love Green Brinstar to death. It's like one of my most favorite things about this game. Is this area in general. I just love it for some reason. I don't know, I love the music, I love the enemies, I love the rooms, and I love all the stuff that you can get here. We have to kill all the enemies to exit this room once we come in here, so just keep that in mind. But we're going to go ahead and go through this red door. Open up the red door with 5 missiles. And we are introduced to this room. This room is actually a speedrunner's nightmare room. This is where you're going to have to learn how to sprint. Once you sprint, it's in like an enemy, hold the B button, you can kind of run across these crumble blocks right here. And as you can see, I got blocked off by that wall real quick. And, well, I got a free missile expansion out of the deal, I guess. But a speedrunner can get past this by using a technique called mockball. Mockball is where you basically have to hold your sprint button and jump in the air and aim. Like, I don't remember how you pull it off. I never pulled off mockball very well. Mockball basically makes it so that if you jump at a certain angle while sprinting and go into morph ball form, you'll maintain the speed of your sprint and be able to go through that gate without going through there. That's an advanced speedrunning technique that I've seen in speedruns countless times. Never pulled it off, but that is not the normal way how to do it. The normal way how you do it is we have to use an ability that we'll get later in the game. So we'll be coming back to that room later. So don't worry right now. I'm just telling you of a cool speedrun tactic that you can basically break the game. Here's another save room if you want to save. I'm not going to save right now because, well, I'm recording. I don't like saving while recording. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about a couple of speedrun tactics that I really see a lot of people do, because this game kind of grandfathered the idea of speedrunning video games. You can beat this game fairly quickly, and if you do, you get extra rewarded for it, so there was incentive for beating the game pretty quickly. In this room, you'll have a bunch of firefly enemies. Try not to kill them, because every time you kill one of these enemies, the room gets a little bit darker, and as you can see, there's spikes on the floor, so you kind of want to be able to see. This is a recharge room. This is namely a missile recharge room, so you can use this machine to get back some of your missiles that you lost. So we're gonna keep going through here and jump up this way and avoid these firefly enemies and land on the spikes. And ow, 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 ow. Get out there, Samus. Ow, ow. Ouch. Ouch. Go ahead and kill one. See, as you see, the room got a little bit dimmer because I killed one. And it gets a little harder to see. There's going to be a couple rooms in Green Brinstar that's like that. Alright, so we're going to go through this room. We can actually see that there's stuff going on down here, but if you bomb the floor, you'll notice that it's blocked by this special block. We do not have the power up to get this just yet, so just ignore it for right now. We'll be coming back later. Now, if you come down this room, you'll notice that there's more bug enemies going around everywhere. You kill them. Kill the bug enemies. There we go. And if you keep going through here, you run through this wall here. You're gonna go ahead and bomb this, and this is gonna break some of these blocks over here. Very slowly, but we're gonna make it through here. And if you bomb this thing here, you'll notice that there's another block with another symbol on it. We're going to be coming back to this later, so just keep that in mind. We're just going to run past these enemies. These shriek bats can't be killed, so don't even bother trying killing them. And you'll enter this room. This room is kind of a very important room. It's kind of like the central hub of Brinstar. Right here, these blocks right here, you can use a special ability that we're going to get later in order to get this item over here. But you can also not use that. You can use a special technique that is only that the developers put in here purposefully, that advanced players can learn how to do, and that's called a technique called wall jumping. Samus can wall jump, and in Super Metroid, wall jumping is by far the most broken. Wall jumping usually meant that you use one wall and you can jump across, and like a channel wall, and you can just jump off the wall up and back and forth until you get to the higher point. In Super Metroid, you can hug the same wall and basically jump up like that. That's basically wall jumping. In order to pull off wall jumping, you have to cartwheel jump. And in order to cartwheel jump, you have to hold the directional pad and then jump. If you hold the directional pad in the direction and then jump, Samus will do a cartwheel jump. But whenever you do it against a wall and you face away from a wall whenever she's in the animation of doing the cartwheel, she will slightly like poke her head out like that. You probably see it. As soon as you do that and you push A, at the same time that animation happens, you'll jump off the wall. You can do this to essentially just ascend the same wall because of how floaty Samus is in Super Metroid. So we can do tricks like this and completely bypass this upgrade that we need to get to this missile tank. We can get this missile tank early. So if you use wall jumping to your advantage, you can get certain items fairly quickly. And I'm going to be using wall jumping quite a bit. I know it's a little bit more advanced technique than, a person playing this game for the first time. But this is such a handy trick to learn that you should pretty much know how to play. If you're going to play this game, I really advise learning this technique. And that's just simply just jumping towards a wall and slightly going against the wall, jumping off the wall whenever you do so. So just keep that in mind. Wall jumping is very important in Super Metroid. And if you can't get it, I get it. It's not very easy to do. It's kind of hard on the first time playing to do wall jumping properly. But with enough practice, you can do it. I promise you, you can. And then you could do stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. I just wanted to show off because this is a perfect opportunity to show off what wall jumping is and what how the mechanics work. This essentially breaks the game in a way, and in a way that it makes it so that you can get a lot of stuff early that the developers didn't really want you to do, but they also put it in there so you could do it. So just keep that in mind. These enemies infinitely respawn, so I'm just trying to grind up some health because we're about ready to fight a boss here in a second. Namely a mini-boss. There we go. That should be enough. Okay, so now we're going to climb up this way here and get away from this hopper because he's hopping mad, if you know what I mean. And if you come in here and bomb this wall here, you'll notice that there is this room over here. This is a save room. This is so where we can save. I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna save. I'm hoping my recording doesn't poop out on me. Well, that's namely because I know this boss is pretty easy for everybody, but I always end up having trouble for some reason because I'm me. I'm me. So just keep that in mind. If we come over here and open up this door and quit pushing that button, Matthew. Good gosh. But get your hands off of the ZR buttons, off the Wii U Pro controller. Anyways, we come in here. You'll notice there's flying, swooping enemies. These guys take a lot of hits. You could use missiles against them. They're pretty. This is probably an enemy I would use a missile against. Yeah, they kind of hit like trucks. So just kill them real easily. But you're gonna need the missiles here in a second. We come over here, we open this door and jump through here. Inside is our first boss. It's a green spore enemy, and you'll notice he's coming down here, and he'll kind of just like scatter these spores all over the place. You can shoot them for ammunition and whatnot, and you just kind of hide in the corners until I'm hiding a ball, because you will get hurt. Once he opens it up, you can jump up and start shooting some missiles in the center here. His center point is his weak point, and you just kind of have to just wait until, you know, he opens up his spore. And like I said, you can shoot these spores here to really get some more ammunition and whatnot. You just kind of just go back and forth. This is a pretty easy boss, but for some reason I always muck this up. I guess it's just because I get too impatient. This is a boss that you kind of have to be patient with, because you're waiting anyways. And you just come over here and just shoot a couple back and forth. Just come on, go back and forth, back and forth. Gonna go ahead and use some of the missiles to get more missiles, I guess. Okay, and then shoot some more. And he gets a little bit faster the more damage he takes. This isn't a hard boss by any means. I don't know. Every time I fight, I make things harder on myself half the time anyway. So we'll go get some more of these things here and do at least one more damage here. I'm kind of low on health. I got 95 energy left. Avoid the spores. I always get in morph ball form during this, because that avoids most of the stuff that comes on the screen here. I got him at least once. Come on, Mr. Spore Man. I'm not playing Spore, you know, that PC game that made your own creations and stuff like that. And there we go. Once you do that, you kill him. He kind of petrifies himself, and he becomes a platform. And we are greeted with a green door. These things right here. The green doors we can't open until we get another weapon, so we have to advance upwards here. We're gonna go ahead and just jump up this way. Go through this door. And we got some, you know, ammunition, stuff like that. We can kind of go ahead and kill that. But as soon as you step on this, it comes crumbly blocks, and you fall all the way down. Like, I'm falling. And then there's a Chozo statue right here. And inside is the new weapon. This is the super missile. Super missiles are very important to your ammunition count, because super missiles do it's either 3 or 5 times the amount of damage that a normal missile does. So these pack a punch, and they're very, very, very useful. I'm surprised how early in the game, when I got this the first time when I played it, I was like, man, I got super missiles pretty early in the game. Yeah, they give you super missiles pretty early. And this is kind of this is what I was talking about with using wall jumping. You can use wall jumping to do something like this. You can climb back that long shaft that you just you fell down. You can essentially just climb up on that staff. So that's something you can use wall jumping for. So I just wanted to show that off because I like wall jumping in this game. But yeah, super missiles are actually used to open up green doors. That door we just saw. So that just in time we can now open up green doors now that we have super missiles like this. So you're gonna switch over by pushing select 2 times and come and selecting your super missiles and opening the door. But we have to use another super missile if we open this block. Well, yeah, there's super missile there. We're gonna go ahead and use super missile to break that open. And we come over here and open up that door. And if we keep going down, kill this dude. I think we're gonna probably end it here because that's probably a good stopping point. We got a couple of things in this episode. We got, you know, morph ball bombs. We learned about wall jumping. We got our first energy tank. We beat our first mini boss. I say mini boss, but we actually beat like 2 mini bosses in this episode. I didn't mean to go through that door. We beat the chorizo statue, and we beat the spore enemy, and we got super missiles. So I'm gonna actually go up to that save room. We're gonna go in the episode. There's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that we could do, and I know that a lot of people are probably saying, well, you could do this, 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 and this. This game is very open-ended. And I mean, like, in the sense of you can do a lot of stuff out of order, and it doesn't matter. So that's one thing that I like about this game, is how open-ended it is. So, but with that, in the next episode of Let's Play Super Metroid, we're going to continue going through Brinstar and learn more about the secrets of Zebes. So, with that, I'll see you guys in the next episode.